Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show with your hosts Lee Siber and Ellen Goodwin. This podcast is short, fun, and jam-packed with good ideas that you can start using right away. And here's your hosts, Lee and Ellen.
Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show. I'm your co-host, Ellen Goodwin, along with my crazy co-host,
Lee Siber! You're waiting for it.
I was
Did I
waiting
scare you?
A little bit.
Did it get you out of your comfort zone?
You did get me out of my comfort zone. I was waiting for the calm Lee, and whoa, it doesn't look like calm Lee's here.
That's never going to happen.
So what are we talking about today?
Well, it doesn't sound like an efficiency thing. Comfort zone, right?
I love my comfort zone.
Exactly. That's the problem.
Everybody loves their comfort zone.
The reason that, and if you hate this, then Ellen chose it, but the reason I chose this topic was because I feel like if we get complacent and keep doing things the way we've done them, and the results aren't exactly what we want,
right?
You know the expression.
Yeah, exactly.
So by getting out of our comfort zone, trying new ways of doing things, we could find faster, easier, better. I know the name of the show.
I was gonna go with better.
So that's why I chose it, because I thought a lot of times, technology changes so fast, but we are lagging behind it, meaning we're not taking advantage of it. Sometimes, patterns of traffic change, work,
right?
Things have changed, but yet we sometimes still do things the way we always did them.
Yeah. I'm sure I could think of lots of examples where I do that.
Plus, I would say, we can do more than we think we can.
Absolutely, we can.
And so when we just have this old bar, this is the bar, this is how high I can go, how much I can do, we kind of are held down by it.
Yeah.
So if we take little steps past that, we realize, hey, and I mean little steps. That's what this is about. Small
baby steps.
Yes, out of your comfort zone, because everything you want is on the other side of your comfort zone, as they say.
We're just full of metaphors today. Okay, share with me your knowledge, kind sir.
Well, I would say, since we're talking about baby steps, small things we can do, and the expression, there's safety in numbers.
Yeah.
So maybe it is where we are willing to have somebody else give us advice. Ask for, hey, how do you do this? Or if it's something you knew you want to try, go with a friend, meaning there's safety in having somebody with you.
Sure. If you're going to go skydiving, I'd rather do it with a friend than all by myself. Sure.
I did that.
You did? Did you do it by yourself?
Well, with a friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to guess that got you right out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, he's no longer with us, but it was so much fun.
Was that your fault?
No, he went first.
Oh,
I saw the look on his face as he went out the door. This is I'm glad you impromptu and brought this up. But so I would say the most frightened I've ever been in my life was the moment where I looked out the door of the plane and saw, what was I thinking? But once I jumped out and
there's no turning back.
Yeah, I opened my chute and it opened. I've never had anything as scary as that, meaning it pushed the envelope so far that everything else seems easy. Anything that I might try, I've already done something much scarier, and it makes it easier to push myself.
Gotcha.
But as it relates to what we're talking about, I think sometimes it is fear that holds us back, right?
Most definitely.
From trying new things. And new things can make things easier, better, faster. So if we were afraid to try new things, how do we get past our fears? And sometimes the fear is just of trying to be perfect.
Oh,
I'm not going to do it if it's not going to be perfect. I have to be perfect. My reputation, my brand. I get that. But maybe you could act and react, meaning let it go. Just say, I'm going to just try this new thing. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Yeah. But I tried.
Well, I always talk about, nowhere in the history of the world has a little kid, a baby, learning to walk. Just, they fall down a lot, then they get back up. But you've never had a baby ever in the world go, yeah, I'm good. I'm just going to stay down here. I failed. I'm just bring me my food. I'm good. They got out of their comfort zone, and then pretty soon your house is in shambles because they're walking and running around. So, yeah, there's a reason they call it baby steps. You fall down, you get back up.
Yeah, and I just think if you just say, I'm going to try this. Whatever happens, happens. And then maybe it isn't perfect, but you moved closer.
You moved the needle.
Right. You did something and you moved a little bit. And then so you act and react. And that way you don't have to be perfect. Whatever, didn't go right, I'll fix it. But those doing things the way you've always done them, if they're working, great. But you still don't know
Yeah,
if there's
be
better out
something.
there,
Yeah.
unless I mean, it sounds like I'm trying to get people to eat vegetables. Just try them, you'll like them. But it is, and routine, although it is good for a lot of things. I
Right.
mean, the routine is good,
So good.
but
But
if it's like all of a sudden, man, it takes me a lot longer to get to work than I thought because this is the way I go to work. There's another way.
there's got to be another way.
Sometimes breaking routines just for the sake of something new.
Trying. Well,
Yeah.
your brain thrives on new things. We think it doesn't. Our brain gets into a literal rut. And I mean, if you look at your brain, I mean, that is where your neurons and your neuro pathways are literally ruts in your brain, and you have to tweak those to get out of them.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say, why not just let go for a time? Let go of trying to be perfect. Let go of, okay, I've always done it this way. Let go of my fear that it could maybe not work, but
What if it does?
and what if it does? And
Yeah.
maybe there's a better way to do something if you just get out of your normal way of doing it and try something different. And sometimes if you're not sure, I mean, just look it up and you'll see all kinds of examples of people doing things for the first time. Or maybe, I mean, you would be doing it for the first time, but they've already done
They've
it
done it.
and proved that it would work. And you may find a better, faster, easier way to do something by trying to do it differently.
Yeah. And the other thing you can do is also give yourself a time limit. I'm going to try this for the month of January. I'm mixing up my morning schedule, and I just have to do it for the month of January to figure out how this new process, this new habit's going to work. But knowing I have a deadline makes it so much more palatable because it's not like, oh, I have to change my whole life. I just have to do it for 31 days. And it might become a new habit and I might be happy, but it's not like I'm saying, oh my God, I have to change my whole life. So I'm out of that comfort zone. Nope, 31 days. That's all I have to do.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, the people that say, well, why don't I have what so and so has or what super successful people have? And part of it is they just went for it.
Yeah.
They just took a risk. And, risk reward. There's a reward for trying to do something a little bit differently, maybe being open to other people's way of doing things. Well, I always know your ways, I would never work for me. Try it.
Try it. Absolutely.
It might help you save time, energy, and sanity.
And don't be afraid of failure. Fall down, get back up.
Like a baby.
Like a baby. Baby steps. Thanks so much for listening. We'll be back next week with the Faster, Easier, Better show.